quick MLB to Portland news. You see this, JC Babes?
What do we got?
You down with this?
I'm down with OPP. What?
Whoa.
Just made me think of that. We said, am I down with that?
Yeah, you haven't seen this?
No, I can't say that I have.
Major League Baseball is coming to Portland.
I don't think that's the case, but what do you got?
Well, the city council this morning unanimously agreed to formally support the Portland Diamond Project and their plan to build a stadium at Zedell Yards.
Still don't know what that means because...
well, I can tell you.
It's all changing in a couple months, so...
Well, no, that's why Wheeler did this. So Wheeler put this in front of them to vote before he stepped out because he wanted them to support Major League Baseball at Portland.
Okay.
And so they passed this ordinance, this resolution, and it directs the city of Portland to partner with the Portland Diamond Project and make the best possible pitch for Major League Baseball to select Portland as the league's next expansion. In September, the Diamond Project announced that it signed a letter of intent to acquire Zedell Yards. The ordinance specifically instructs city administrators to put together a citywide team to work with the Diamond Project and all other necessary community parties on attracting a Major League Baseball team.
Okay.
The ordinance specifically prioritizes the building of an MLB stadium on the Zedell Yards property, and it directs city administrators to support the development of creating the most competitive package possible for bringing an MLB team to the city of Portland.
But when the new...
So there you go.
When the new one comes in...
The new mayor?
The new mayor and the new city council and everything, does that...
No, I think the whole point is they voted... by the way, this was a unanimous vote.
All right.
They voted this in unanimously, and I think that was the whole idea, is that we know this is going to change, so we want to get some support on the books.
But my question becomes, and again, I read through several of this and I never found an answer for it. One mayor or one city council can say something, but that's like saying that the current president wants to do XYZ, but if a new one comes in and he's like, no.
Well, I think the idea is that it's a resolution they kind of have to.
I don't think that's the way these things work. I don't think a government has to do what the old government says they have to do. But
well, I think they have to follow these ordinances and resolutions. That's the whole idea.
Well, if that is the case, I'm excited because it's the first time that we have public and full-blown support of the city towards getting Major League Baseball. And God knows we need it because Salt Lake has it, and that's who you're competing with. Salt Lake is completely on board. And for the first time, we can say that we're officially on board with Major League Baseball.
This is
now buy the property officially.
This is a big thing because the city's been through a lot of crap.
Yes.
And they just Wheeler never really stuck his neck out publicly for Major League Baseball, even though behind the scenes he was about it.
Yeah.
I think they've convinced him and others in the city that this could be a really good way to help bring Portland back.
That'd be amazing.
So the timing of this, I'm not going to lie, the timing, we've said it all along, the timing is the hard part. Mike Barrett talks about that all the time. Craig Cheek talks about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The timing, syncing everything up, is really hard. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because Portland had its S together before COVID, but the timing wasn't right.
Yeah.
Well, now Major League Baseball is getting closer to expanding, and they're getting closer to buying a ballpark, and they finally have city support.
Yeah.
And that's huge because the Major League Baseball is going to want to, you're going to work with the city.
Yes.
So,
well, because there will be infrastructure that's going to be needed.
Exactly.
Major League Baseball can say, yes, you've got, or, hey, what's your plan? You can say, hey, we're planning on building the yards, but we know that there's going to need parking. We know that there's going to be more ways down there or needed to be. And the resolution doesn't say that there'll be any sort of price tag attached to that or that of what they're willing to commit.
It's very vague.
It's very vague, which is that's why, me, I always get weird about vague things. When a city council and a mayor is leaving and a new one's coming in, I think I would get more excited. And I think I will be more excited that when the election happens and we have a new mayor and a new city council, if that group comes out and says, hey, just for the record, we are 100% on board with what the past regime did. We're taking this and we're moving forward. And then I hear from the Portland Diamond Project, we don't have an agreement to buy the land. We are buying the land because last time we had Craig Cheek on, what did he say? Whether we get a Major League Baseball team or not, our plan is to buy that land and to buy Redtail. And at worst case scenario, we become developers in Portland. We believe in Portland. So when a purchase has been made and the new mayor and the new city council says, yes, we are in this together, I think I will get a little more excited. But yes, it is a nice step to finally have the city get behind this, because that has always been problematic, that anyone that gets baseball or anyone that gets any sport, the city has always been behind it, because the city is always going to have a commitment.
Everybody's got to be on the same page.
Yes.
And there's a lot of moving parts, especially here. So so it's good. I think, the only thing it's going to take to get my sports pants tight on this are renderings.
Renderings would help. Yes.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Zedell Yards renderings.
No,
you get that?
I want to see a purchase.
I'm excited.
I want to see a force. I want to see, when you do the realtor and they take the for sale sign and then they come and put the sold. I want to see that. When that happens, because then I know there's skin in the game. They've spent millions on surveys and studies and soil samples and cleanup and EPA stuff. So I know there's skin in the game, that they've spent millions of dollars. Buying physical land, buying Redtail, buying the yards down on the South Waterfront for huge money, that is the difference. What do they always say when it comes to breakfast? The chicken is involved, the pig is committed. We're the chicken. I would like to see us be the pig.
Well, you still got to get the team,
Yes.
the expansion team. And I think one thing that matters that only a select few know are who would own the team.
Yeah.
And Major League, that's going to go a long way in determining if Portland gets a team.
There's a reason why we can't talk about that. I mean,
well, there is, but Major League Baseball can talk about it,
Yes.
and they're going to know.
Yes.
They probably already do, and so that is a key element of this that will play a big factor that nobody knows besides the insiders.
yes.
And who that is could be the deciding. It could put Portland over the top, or it could really hurt Portland, depending on who it is.
Yeah. It's a valid point. I think when that gets
because
when
Nashville has its own
yes
ownership group, Salt Lake has its own.
Yeah, and ours is in the shadows. But
right.
there's a reason why ours is in the shadows, and when it
No, there is.
Yeah.
It's just that it doesn't matter that it's in the shadows to us.
yes
Major League Baseball knows,
Yes.
and they're the ones that that is a factor that no one's talking about.
Yeah, we don't
That
know.
is going to be
what
a
they
huge
think of
reason why MLB would offer an expansion franchise to Portland. But one thing you must have in order to even get to that conversation is city support.
Yeah.
And they now have it.
Yes. Whatever that means, in whatever way, even if this is just a ceremonial sort of tip of the cap, it's really nice to see finally that we have some public support for this. And every time there's a sporting event that comes, have you seen all the communities that clean up around it? I mean, we even did it when the basketball tournament was coming here. It's like San Francisco did this. Like, anytime you get these big events, it's like, hey, we have to get our S together. And it's about time someone pulled their head out of their ass and realized that a couple $1 billion worth of development in our city would be a good thing.
Yeah, you'd think that.
It's amazing that it takes that long to be like,
Well,
what? Someone wants to dump several billions of dollars into developing our city?
I think the problem with there's a perception problem, right? Because especially in a city like Portland, because a lot of people are instantly going to go, they just read about Major League Baseball and they instantly go, not paying for a stadium.
Yeah.
What they don't understand is that the people that have been working on this know that.
Yes.
And they've known that for 15 years.
Yeah.
That it's the model is different now.
Yeah, there'll be a workaround.
But people do. I think there's still that stigma out there that I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay tax dollars for that.
Yeah.
Well, you won't have to
won't have
unless
to.
you maybe use it.
Yes.
I mean, but
And even if you don't
convincing people is.
and even if you don't pay for it, you're going to get benefits, because every place that builds one of these, with the exception of places like Miami, which that's a whole other deal, these are all good for the community.
No, I want more homeless.
Yeah, you want more. You want more.
I voted for the more homeless mayoral candidate.
I want that. Who's the stripper?
The
gal?
stripper,
The
yeah.
stripper gal.